Hi, welcome to Decorum TV. I'm Donna Cooper, your host, also known as Caregiver Coop. And if any of you out there are caretakers of your parents, good luck. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I feel you, I see you, I hear you, because I'm taking care of my mom. Now, let's get right to the tip today. We're always the caregiver, but we've got 3 hats to wear under that umbrella of caregiver. Caregiver friend, caregiver parent, or caregiver child. Now, caregiver friend is the zone that I like to hang out in. Caregiver friend gives me some emotional distance from my mom, so I'm able to make good decisions and not get so emotionally involved and caught up in, hey, our relationship. If I keep her and think of her as a friend, things go really well. Now, caregiver parent, that sometimes comes if she's hurt or something's bothering her, or if I can tell she does need some extra TLC, then caregiver parent will come into the scene. But I try to use caregiver parent sparingly because she'll accuse me of talking down to her, and basically I'm not her parent and I never will be. So caregiver parent creeps in every now and then. We'll see the older she gets. We'll see how things go. Now, caregiver child, to me that's a big NO. Caregiver child is when I'm being the caregiver, but I still think I'm the child and acting like her kid. And she is the adult. And I think she's like the adult that I knew 50, 40, 30, 20 years ago. That's the mistake. I can't be like caregiver child and ask her questions like, hey mom, you want to do this? Or how about if we go do this? And asking her a whole bunch of questions, because a lot of times it just confuses her. Especially what do you want for lunch? Hey, do you want, a 4-year-old kid, do you want strawberries? Do you want this? Do you want that? You ask him 10 million things. The kid's going to say, I want, bananas with chocolate chips. It's something that you don't want to give them. So instead of asking her a million questions, I don't do caregiver child. I know what she likes, and I just bring her what I know will go well. So caregiver child, you know what caregiver child is like? When you bring your child to work, you bring your child to work so they can see what you do. You bring your child to work, but you don't let them answer the phone or answer any emails. Or actually, you shouldn't. Which brings me to my next point, my big faux pas this week. I turned into caregiver child. And I asked her if she wanted to help me out with my job. I had an audition. It was just 2 pages of the script, and I was playing a doctor, and there was a male nurse that I was supposed to be interacting with. So I asked her, did she want to help me out? And she said yes. I'm thinking, great, get her out of her world, get her out of her own little space, something new and exciting and different for her. She reads the script and she goes, well, I don't know if I want to do this or not. Instantly, she turns into Diana Ross of Mahogany. She says she doesn't want to do it because the part calls for a man. It's a male nurse. I said, Ma, just pretend that it's a female. And she was like, oh, okay, I can do that. We get back to it. I said, okay, you ready? I'm setting up the living room, getting the lights together and all the stuff. Then she goes, well, I'm not really sure because I'd like to play the doctor. I said, this is not up to you. This is actually my job and I have to audition. So you are helping me. I am playing the doctor and you are playing the male nurse who is now female to accommodate you. So finally she goes, well, okay, fine. So, I finished pulling myself together, the makeup and putting on the lab coat and the whole shebang. Again, I say, so you ready? Are you ready to read? And she's like, I thought you paid me for this. I said to her, yes. I reminded her, I said, Ma, I will pay you. Once I book the job, you get 10%. She goes, well, why don't you pay me now? I said, I'm not going to pay you now because I don't have the job now. I said, Ma, can we kind of get to this? Then I realized she was just kind of being silly, very obstinate. So I said, do you want to do this? And she said, no. I said, why not? She goes, well, it's time for Price is Right. So basically what I'm saying is that caregiving and jobs don't mix. Thank you so much for tuning in today to Decorum TV. I'm Caregiver Coop. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and tune in next for tip number 5. Yeah, that was number 4. Don't forget 1, 2, and 3. Check those out so it'll make life a little bit easier for you. And remember, with tip 4, caregiver friend, that's the zone to hang out with because we don't get so emotionally involved. Alrighty, I hear you, I see you, I feel you. Hang in there, caregivers, and go have a laugh. And again, a nap.